Welcome to the Crossroads Guitar Festival 2004 from Dallas, Texas. I'm Tony Pretzello. Many of the great guitar players are here. In this hour, we have queued up Larry Carlton, Stevie Vai, Pat Metheny, Jeff Skunk Baxter, and Eric Johnson. You will also hear music by John Mayer, B.B. King, King Santana, ZZ Top, and Eric Clapton. The live music recordings from the festival in this program is provided courtesy of Sirius Satellite Radio. Let's go backstage to the Cotton Bowl stage, where we caught up with Larry Carlton, Stevie Vai, and Pat Metheny. We asked them how they feel about being part of the Crossroads Guitar Festival 2004. Here's what Larry had to say.
I've been doing this over 40 years now, and to be included this year was humbling. I'm very thankful. I love the energy and the fun. It just looks like everybody's having such a good time.
And everybody did have a great time. Pat Metheny pointed out the many incredible personalities who played at the festival and how they all have the guitar in common.
I mean, one of the things that's really fascinating about a presentation like this is, okay, it's a guitar festival, but I mean, when you think of all the incredibly varied personalities that you're going to see over the course of the day today, and the fact that they all are somewhere in common guitar, Every single person that plays it has a million different things they do with it.
Stevie Vai has always found great songs on Eric Clapton's albums and talked about how Eric shows the dimensions of the guitar.
The dimension of this instrument is extraordinary, and this guy, is really showing how to do it. There was always great songs on Eric Clapton's records. And I have to tell you that, the fact that he invited me here is just extraordinary to me. I'm still kind of stunned.
We're going to be checking out Stevie Vai's performance later on in the show. Now let's go back out to the front of the Cotton Bowl stage and check out Larry Carlton and his great band. That was a bit of Larry Carlton and his band. The recording was provided courtesy of Sirius Satellite Radio. Larry Carlton finds a similar sensitivity in his and Eric Clapton's style of playing. Larry explained about how Eric Clapton makes the guitar sing.
He's so consistent in that he likes the guitar to sing. He never overplays. And people have attributed that kind of sensitivity to some of my playing. And I think there's a connection between Eric and I and just how we perceive making music. I mean, the classic solos in Cream, they were so melodic, yet so unique. I mean, he changed the way everybody plays the guitar. And he's definitely earned the right, as we all know, to do whatever it is he wants to do with his music. When I was with the Crusaders, we were doing the Roxy, and Eric and Elton John came in that night and enjoyed watching us, and naturally we asked him to come up and play, and we only have one guitar. So I have a photo of me standing next to Eric, and he's playing my 335 at the Roxy,
Pat Metheny finds Eric Clapton's interest in his music flattering and was proud to be part of the festival.
Well, my main reason for being here is because Eric personally called and really wanted me to come and play. And I think that his interest in my thing in particular is something that's very flattering to me. I mean, for a number of years now, he's listed a couple of my records as real favorites of his, particularly Beyond the Missouri Sky and the guy that plays bass with him, Nathan East, is a very good friend of mine, and started telling me a couple years ago that Eric is really following, what I've been doing, which of course for me is thrilling. I mean, I've always admired Eric's playing, and going all the way back to when I was a little kid, Cream and all that stuff. Even though I was always, even at that age, more of a jazz guy, I was certainly aware of Eric's place in the pantheon of great musicians. So his interest in my thing, of course, is incredibly an honor, and the fact that he wanted me to be here, especially for a cause as good as this is, I was just very proud that he asked.
Let's get back to the Cotton Bowl stage and check out Pat Metheny and his trio. Was the Pat Metheny Trio featuring Charlie Hayden on bass. Stevie Vai had a great story to tell us about when he was on tour in Japan, how Eric Clapton surprised him for lunch one day.
Well, I was touring in Japan, and Eric had flown in specifically for an event. It was a Japanese-style wrestling event or something like that, and because he was a fan of that, So we had the same promoters, and they told him that I was here, and he invited me to lunch the next day after he got in. So we had a wonderful lunch, and we talked, and it was just a very nice experience. He's a real gentleman, very, very gracious. He gave me a pair of sneakers. And so, we never kept in contact. He's Eric Clapton, and so when the phone call came for this, I was just so thrilled.
And what a thrill it was being in the audience listening to Stevie Vai play his guitar at the Cotton Bowl. That was the incredible Stevie Vai at the Cotton Bowl. Later in the show, Larry, Steve, and Pat will tell you more about their bands and how they see the next generation of guitar players.
Young guys, be yourselves. But play it from your heart, and not for the money, not for the fame, and not for the girls.
Coming up after the break, when we have queued up Jeff Skunk Baxter and Eric Johnson backstage at the Village Stage, find out which type of guitar is their favorite. You are listening to Queued Up. I'm Tony Pretzello at the Crossroads Guitar Festival 2004 in Dallas, Texas. If you're out driving, drive safe. And if you are at home, don't go away. We'll be right back. Saturday, June the 5th, all the activity was at the Village Stage. We met Jeff Skunk Baxter and Eric Johnson backstage. We asked Eric Johnson how he finds electric and acoustic guitar playing different from each other.
Both of them are a challenge in their own way, and I have to approach them a little bit different for me. I usually finger pick more when I play acoustic, and I try to, incorporate. You got to get the whole musical picture,
Right.
when you're playing by
yeah.
yourself. So in a lot of ways it's more challenging, but the electric thing has its own demons to fight too. So it's just a.
Well, coming from Texas, have you ever tried pedal steel or anything like that? Any more exotic guitars?
I do a little bit of lap steel stuff, but I don't know how to work pedals. I'm a huge fan of pedal steel, though. I love pedal steel.
Another big fan of pedal steel guitar is Jeff Skunk Baxter, who is getting ready to go back out on tour. And here's what he had to say about his new solo project.
I've started a solo record. I got to find some time to finish it, but I do want to finish it and go out and play.
Are you still playing steel guitar too? I've seen you on some of the concerts play steel.
Absolutely. Pedal steel is the world's greatest instrument.
And while you listen to a bit of John Mayer, we are going back to the Cotton Bowl stage where Larry Carlton, Stevie Vai, and Pat Metheny will tell us about their bands and how they see the future generation of guitar players.
Thank you so much.
That was the fabulous John Mayer. Later in the show, Larry, Steve, and Pat will tell you more about their bands and how they see the next generation of guitar players.
I think that kids these days are getting things, but they're getting different things. They're building their art on the technology that's available now, which is very different than. I don't think it's any less passionate than what's been going on for centuries. It's just a different presentation completely.
You are listening to Queued Up. I'm Tony Pretzello at the Crossroads Guitar Festival 2004 in Dallas, Texas. If you're out driving, drive safe. And if you are at home, don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're listening to Queued Up. I'm Tony Pretzello, and we are at the Crossroads Guitar Festival 2004 in Dallas, Texas. Earlier in the show, we heard Larry Carlton, Stevie Vai, and Pat Metheny talk about their connection with Eric Clapton. We're backstage at the Cotton Bowl, and here's what Larry Carlton told us about his four-piece horn section.
Yeah, this band, it's a four-piece horn section out of Nashville. And what's terrific is the four horn guys have been playing together on sessions for 20 years, and they were best friends in college. So it's like brothers out here. I mean, we're just having a ball. And keyboard player is Rick Jackson, and he's been with me almost a decade now. So yeah, it's pretty special. My nickname from these last 30 years is Mr. 335, because that's the one I started doing sessions with in the 70s. And that sound kind of became associated with all those records I played on. The Steely Dan stuff was this 335. The Joni Mitchell stuff was this 335. The Crusader stuff was this. In fact, right now, at the NAMM show coming up, Gibson will be introducing the Larry Carlton 335 model and the Larry Carlton acoustic. Finally, after all these years of me being associated.
Pat Metheny never had much airplay, but always relied on fans liking his music and telling others.
You know, when we played, we really always give it everything, you know, and have always kind of had our own weird dialect on the music, you know, that was, I think, somewhat unique. And, you know, as a result, we never really got any significant radio or any particular kind of media attention the way like a rock group would, or even conventional jazz groups would. So we've always had to just rely on people hearing us and digging it and telling their friends. I mean, that's basically, to this day, the way we have an audience.
Stevie Vai has a tremendous band and shares with us his life on the road.
Oh, I got this tremendous band. I've had the band for quite some time, actually. I got, well, the drummer's new. I've had him for just about a year and a half or so. Jeremy Colson from the Bay Area. He's really amazing, young kid. He just has real good rock and roll sensibilities, because I'm not fusion or jazz or any of that stuff. Then there's Dave Weiner on guitar, I've had for a long time, and Tony McAlpine on keyboards and guitar, and he's just tremendous. I mean, what a great yeah. And Billy Sheehan on bass. You know, Billy and I go way back. So we really have a good time. You know, one of the things that I think people, you know, their criteria for choosing band members is how good they are and all that. For me, it's how cool they are. But I'm going to be on tour for a year and a half, and there's no secrets at sea.
You'll be in LA. We're from Los Angeles, so I wanted to find out. You'll be out there
in the fall. I'll be out there in the fall, yeah. And the thing is when you get a really good bunch of guys, and it helps that they're really great musicians. You know, you when you do a tour, it's like a piece of your life, you know. So when you look back at that tour, you want to feel like it was really a good memory and a good time. Because even if you have a great band, if there's miserable people in it, that whole period of your life has like a dark shadow over it. So I've learned a long time ago, only tour with really great guys, you know, and I just look back at our tours and just, you know, they're real memories and experiences. And I'm just very fortunate for it. New album drops in September. It's extremely Vai. I mean, for those fans that like what I do, it's about as intense as I can get, yeah. It's called Real Illusions.
You are listening to Queued Up. I'm Tony Pretzello at the Crossroads Guitar Festival 2004 in Dallas, Texas. Again, if you're out driving, drive safe, and if you're at home, don't go away. We'll be right back. And we are back at the Crossroads Guitar Festival 2004 in Dallas, Texas. It's a great weekend here, and we are together with some of the biggest and greatest names in the guitar world. Let me give you an idea as to who's on the billing here. David Hidalgo, Joe Walsh, Vince Gill and his band, James Taylor, B.B. King, Buddy Guy, Carlos Santana, Eric Clapton, of course, Jeff Beck, ZZ Top, and just many, many, many more. This is a total star-studded guitar event. We're backstage at the Cotton Bowl talking to Larry Carlton, Pat Metheny, and Stevie Vai. We asked Larry Carlton what he would say to a young aspiring guitar player.
The world doesn't need another Larry Carlton. One's cool. So, young guys, be yourselves. But play it from your heart, and not for the money, not for the fame, and not for the girls. If you concentrate on just making the music that you truly believe in, I think the truth will dictate what your future will be. And if your future doesn't end up being a superstar, you still had the honesty and the passion and the joy of going through the process. A new generation, in fact 3 generations back from Eric and I now, there's a large gap between that and a 15-year-old who's getting excited about making music and playing the guitar. And in a lot of ways, I think it's appropriate that maybe they don't get it. I do. Especially if they don't get the subtlety with which I put myself in the same category as Eric, that we try to play with the simplest feel, because that feels right to us. If they don't get it, that's okay, because they're on their own journey, going through their own processing, and it could be that at age 30, they reflect back. See, I admire and respect their journey.
And what did Pat Metheny have to say about style?
I think for a lot of people, the style of music they play is the destination. I mean, like there's a lot of people, they say, I want to play rock, or I want to play jazz. And that's the destination for them, to play this style. For me, the style is only the vehicle to get to the destination. And the destination is music, and that with the capital M. I mean, the sort of dialect that you use to say what you have to say is almost irrelevant to me.
Stevie Vai talked about kids these days and their perception of the instrument and the art form.
Well, all the greats have a profound subtlety to them, And Eric is, like I was talking about that piece of music that I heard. I think that kids these days are getting things, but they're getting different things. They're building their art on the technology that's available now, which is very different than. I don't think it's any less passionate than what's been going on for centuries. It's just a different presentation completely. And I try to respect that. I personally grew up in the 70s as a teenager, and I love that music of the 70s, Brian May and Page and, and Hendrix and Clapton, all that great stuff. But having a label, I've got a small label, Favored Nations, I get to listen to a lot of guitar players, and I have to tell you that there's still a tremendous underground movement of people, of kids, that really want to do great things on the instrument. Not just, effects and not just anger or frustration, but they really want to play the instrument well. And, there's a place for that, and there's an audience for it, or else I wouldn't have a career for 25 years,
Let's go back out to the Cotton Bowl stage and listen to John McLaughlin. That was John McLaughlin. I'm Tony Pretzello here with the Crossroads Guitar Festival 2004 in Dallas, Texas, and we are having a great time. Now on stage is B.B. King. Check him out.
Do you feel like singing? I said, do you feel like singing? Well, we're gonna start it off like this. Give me one first. Every day I have the blues. Every day I have the blues. When you see me worried, baby, it's you I hate to lose. Now you follow me. Every day, every day, every day, every day, every day, every day.
That was soul-satisfying Carlos Santana. I'm Tony Pretzello here at Crossroads Guitar Festival 2004 in Dallas, Texas. The Crossroads Guitar Festival is the first event of its kind to create a unique bridge between fans and musicians through leading guitar manufacturer exhibits and guitar clinics. This one-time event, created for music enthusiasts around the globe, will raise money for Crossroads Center Antigua, the treatment and education center founded in 1997 by Eric Clapton. For more information about Crossroads, please go to their website at www.crossroadsantigua.org. Crossroads Center Antigua was created to provide treatment and education to chemically dependent persons, those with other compulsive addictive behaviors, their families, and significant others. Treatment is provided through residential care, family, and aftercare programs. The pathway to recovery is founded on the movement towards a change in lifestyle. Crossroads Center Antigua also operates a 16-bed halfway house called the Bevan House and facilitates a school-based education series, Breaking the Cycle, in all local schools. Once again, their website is www.crossroadsantigua.org. This is Tony Pretzello here at the Crossroads Guitar Festival 2004 in Dallas, where we are wrapping it up. I want to say to everybody out there, it's been a real pleasure being here. It's just been an incredible experience. If you want to download any of this experience here at the Dallas Crossroads Guitar Festival, just go to our website, www.suite108.com, and look up Crossroads Festival, and you'll see it all there. You can hear it anytime you want.
The live music recordings in this program were provided courtesy of Sirius Satellite Radio. Producers and writers on the show were Tony Pretzello, Jacob Nielsen, and Mike Schauber.